Hello, you're welcome back to the channel. My name is Mercy. The last time we made a video on how to wet our footwear. So today we will be putting an upper to this footwear. The upper we are going to use is this design. This beautiful design. I'm going to make a video on how this design was made. So we're going to start now. What we would need is our sole, our insole, the upper, the desired leather. It could be false leather, pure leather, or fabric material. We will also need our shoe last. It's important. Without it, we will not be able to mold any shoe, make any shoe. Shoe last is a mold of the desired fit. It comes in sizes. This is a size 40 shoe last. I always recommend using a shoe last because it gives a fitting to the shoe. If you use your leg to last the shoe, it won't give you that beautiful, unique fitting. But with shoe last, you get that. It also comes in wood. So if you cannot afford this plastic ready-made type, which are very expensive now, due to the cost of the economic condition of the country at present, you can get the wooden type. And for the wooden type, they are cheaper. If your particular size that you use, if you're a size 40, size 39, you should get a size bigger than yours. That's an inch bigger than your leg. So like me now, I'm a size 39. I make use of size 40 for all my shoe lasts. Because with it, I will get a comfortable footwear. We'll use our gum, our marker pen or silver pen. As usual, since we are doing manual, our sandpaper, the rough and the smooth side, gum brush, scissors, then of course, hammer. So let's start. So the first thing we are going to do is to trace out the pattern. So we'll trace it out. So the patterns have been successfully traced out. We are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the legs of the shoe. So what we do next is to cut it. You have to be careful while cutting. You make sure you cut on the lines. It has to be straight, so your hands must not shake. Your hands must be firm. You see what I say now? So we'll do the same with all the patterns. Cut them out. So one thing is, not many persons know how to handle the scissors well. When they are cutting, their hands are shaking. It's not whatever they cut is not straight. If you want to do leather work, I always advise people that you shouldn't just start cutting the materials immediately. You should learn how to handle the scissors well. Buy a pair of scissors, start cutting. Just start cutting whatever pieces, waste materials, paper. Make sure your hand is straight so that when you eventually handle materials for footwear or bag making or whatever craft making, it is easy and your hands will have been firm. So these are the materials, the patterns. We have cut them out. So the next thing I'm going to do now is, since they are very light, I want to use this like this. It won't last long. Before long, the shoe will cut and the clients will complain. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it on another material. It will serve as lining. So you can use leather lining, pure leather lining, or use false leather or synthetic leather lining. For this, I'm going to use synthetic leather lining also. So I've got my lining. The next thing I'm going to do now is trace out where I'm going to apply the gum, because I don't want the gum to smell all around it. and do same for the other side. And I'll do same for the rest. So I'm done tracing them out. What I'll do next is apply gum on the lining and the main pattern. I've applied gum on both sides. I allowed it to dry for 5 minutes. Yes, I had to pause the video for it to happen. So I allowed it to dry for 5 minutes, and I want to start attaching, fixing them or gluing them together now. So I'll follow the same pattern that I drew out. So I'm through cutting all the patterns, but I'm going to sew this, because leaving this alone like without sewing, sorry, the gum alone cannot hold this frame, because after many usage it's going to pull up. It means that one has done a shoddy job. So for it to be firm and last long, I'm going to take it to my sewing machine now. I will sew round from here to here, from here to here, then this too the same way, sew the middle, sew the outside parts, then I'll sew this straight one. So if you do not have a sewing machine, you can use a stronger, thicker leather, or better still, look for a shoemaking shop that have a sewing machine and beg them to sew. For my sewing of leather, all kinds of leather, I use my sewing machine. I have an industrial, semi-industrial, heavy-duty machine. It can sew anything. So that is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to take it to the machine. When I'm through, I will come back. So I'm done sewing. The next thing I'm going to do now is start arranging them together. This is one leg. Here we go. You see that is easy. No rocket science. Very easy to go. So the next step now is to place it on our upper, on our insole. These are many of us know it as nail, but shoemakers call it tacking nail. So it comes in inches. This is an inch. So, next thing I'll do is take my shoe last, take the insole. I nail them together so that it can, for easy lasting, it can stay firm and immovable on the last, because I need it firm. Here we go. This is it. So we take one leg, arrange it this way, this way, this way. You see how beautiful it is? It's looking. Can you imagine? I'm falling in love with this shoe. Wow. So let me do that now. So the next thing I'm going to do is apply gum. I'll apply gum. I applied gum to the wrong side of the pattern. Then I applied gum on the insole too, where the upper is going to rest on. So I'll allow it to dry. They are dried now. I remember telling you in the last lecture that the only when you know something is dry is when it doesn't stick in your hand. So you see, it's no longer sticky. Now we want to last it. We want to last the footwear. This is called lasting plier. It can also serve as a makeshift hammer. I need to make it tight and firm. So lasting plier comes handy. So this is it. You see, very easy. So we are done with lasting the footwear. Beautiful, Abby. Good. So the next thing we're going to do is to roughen this part. So we go take our rough, then start filing. Don't forget that we are doing it manually. So I'm through roughing it up the sides. So the next stage is to apply gum, and we are through with this footwear. In here is the gum I'm going to use. I mixed the gum. Remember the last tutorial I said I use a particular type of gum, but for this one I have mixed the gum so that it can give the shoe long lasting. It can keep the shoe long lasting. It won't pull off. So we want to start applying now. You apply generously. So I'm through applying gum to the insole and the sole. So thank God it's sunny. I'll take it to the sun and allow it to dry for the next 2 hours. If there was no sun, if I had done this video overnight, at night, I would have left it to dry overnight. So tomorrow morning I would join both of them together. But since it's sunny, I will take it to the sun now and do. So 3 hours later, they are all dried and ready to be fixed. Since they are so dry, the next thing I'm going to do is activate the gum, and we'll use that with the aid of fire or flame. So if you don't do this, you can take it to the stove. Just take it to the stove and use it. as I've activated it. So the next stage is inserting. I will allow it to cool while it's cool. At this stage, you don't need to use hammer to start hitting. By the time you use hammer to hit it, you detach it from the sole. It won't gum well, because like now as it is cooking. Let's use the word, layman word, is cooking. So by the time it cools down, it would have come very well to it. It would have been make it strong and not detachable. So we allow it to cool. The cooling process helps it to harden, the gum to harden to the other part of it. So this is the final footwear that we have made so far. You see, it's beautiful. Everything was made manually. Filing. So ready to rock. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up, like and subscribe. Share this video. Thank you so much. See you in the next class. Bye.